Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Simplifying Real Estate, a podcast series by Iris Unitern. In this series, we speak to seasoned developers and industry experts to find out what it takes to be successful in this very dynamic field of real estate. Today, we have Krushang Boria, a young architect who has turned real estate entrepreneur. He is currently the co-promoter of Savvy Developers, and prior to that, Krushang was with Aristocrat Developers. His mantra or driver for success is passion with entrepreneurial instinct. Uh, Thank you, Krushang, for being our guest, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for this.
Let's dive in. So, I want to know, how did real estate happen to you? What brought you into real estate?
Yeah, so this is actually a very interesting story. So I am actually an architect by profession. I did my architecture from University of Bombay, D.Y. Patil College. So I'm obviously I never thought in my, because I am a first generation developer. My father is into trading of hardware tools. So dur dur tak there are no real estate presence in my family. So obviously my passion since childhood was I wanted to become an architect, getting into elevation, architectural design, etc. But obviously we have that, we are Gujarati, so we have that entrepreneurial blood in us, obviously. So when I passed out from my architecture, I entered into this firm called as Aristocrat Realty Private Limited. So I was not a director shareholder there. I actually entered the firm as an architect there. It was my brother's firm, who is a real estate developer in Dubai. Okay. So he had actually started this company in Bombay, and they were into redevelopment projects in Bombay since last 2010.
Right.
So I obviously very organically he just told me कि चल तू आजा वहाँ पे सीख लेना कुछ post architecture. So I just joined the company and I was just learning the whole execution part of redevelopment projects, how the designing happens, how they cater to the members' requirement, etc. And obviously through that then I also thoda interest आ गया, and then through our contacts somewhere around in, so I stay in Ghatkopar, so through our contacts I got such like 2-3 projects as a real estate developer showing our company profile, etc. And this is how we entered into the real estate part of the whole thing. So they never wanted to be a developer in life. I was actually an architect, but now I feel that this has actually helped me, because a real estate developer with an architectural and that technical knowledge like helps a lot, because whenever, so we are majorly into redevelopment projects today also, and so we have done a lot of projects in Ghatkopar, in the mostly in the western and the central suburbs of Bombay. Right. So whenever we sit with the members or the stakeholders of the project, that commercialized view as well as the technical view is what we directly cater to them on the table, which like most of them maybe doesn't have, because we have that in us. So this helps us a lot in catering to the whole system. So this is how we entered into the, so we as in, I have my partner also, he was with me in my architecture days, and we both started this whole thing together.
How interesting, interesting. Yeah. And it's almost 10 years now?
10 years, yeah. Oh, 2012-13 we did.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if I could, I mean, you primarily have been into redevelopment of projects in Mumbai, not an easy place to be in. What are some of your challenges, or if I could say that, what are some of your pet projects? What has been your experience with them, and what makes it special?
So we're talking about the projects. So I will give you 2 examples of the project, because we actually entered into the real estate market when the actual transformation of the whole real estate was happening, of the demonetization, GST, RERA. So as a young entrepreneur, we were more technical in that like those days. So we never thought this, like such things, such transformation also helps in real estate market. And we obviously in the project which we started in 2013-14, we started 2 projects in the central and western suburbs, and we had to go through whole this transformation, and so it was very much new to us, and somehow we managed to do. So this was a project in Ghatkopar wherein we obviously, it was a learning project for us. We made a huge loss in the project. We delivered the project 100%, and obviously our instinct and our minds were very much, our heart were very much clear, and so that we booked that loss, we move ahead. But that transformation was a really a life-turning experience for us,
I know
genuinely.
when
Yeah, and this was my first project, the pet project, and then we obviously evolved a lot in the whole market. We understood the whole know-how of the real estate journey of the redevelopment project, how it should be started, what are the things to be. Obviously, we knew through our learning, our experiences. So now we have a very good iconic project in Andheri, which we are doing under this brand Savvy Infrastructure. So obviously that project is very close and a very much learning project for me, because that was a greenfield project which we did, almost like more than 2 lakh square feet the project size is, and we delivered the project in very much before what we had committed to the buyers and the RERA, because the acquisition se leke, the whole finance se leke, the whole contracting, the whole part was in-house. Everything in Bombay we had done in-house, which is obviously most of the developers don't do here, because they subcontract or they subcontract to the contractors. So everything in this project was through our control. The quality of the project, we introduced aluminum shuttering, the new technology in the project. So we had done the project in a very considerable time, and the buyers also were very happy. The whole labor part, so we have more than 250 laborers on our payroll, directly on our payroll. So there is not even a subcontractor who is managing them. And we in a location like Andheri, we have taken a 4,000-5,000 square feet plot just to build a labor camp. So the schooling, the food, everything is managed by us, of the labor and their families there.
how amazing.
And that is how we control, we keep them happy, we control our construction quality, our construction speed, because approvals and everything is really managed very well in the whole Bombay real estate ecosystem, because everything is online in the corporation now. We know how to design a building, what the requirement, how the rule book or the rule book says, the FSI, etc. So the most important point is the construction, because obviously we work in a very community driven locations like Andheri, which location, there is a very Gujarati Marwadi community location. So there are too many, all the buildings are just a step away from us.
Absolutely.
So we can't work during the nap time, afternoon nap time, we can't work post sunset. So there are too many restrictions, and then to delivering such a project at such time was a great challenge, but we did it really well in that project.
Amazing, amazing. How interesting that you entered the market when all this transformation like GST, demonetization, RERA, all coming up, and then you're like kind of taken aback. But then huge learnings from it in terms of how the government, these reforms have kind of transformed, brought in professionalism into the industry. And now this Andheri project wherein you have had complete control, in terms of project execution and timely delivery, which is key to any successful, projects. So wonderful. How do you think, I mean, it's been almost 10 years since you have been in this industry, and even with your own knowledge as a developer, how has customer preferences and sensibilities evolved over a period of time? So what kind of amenities or design elements that you would want to kind of be careful about when it comes to seniors, Gen Z, millennials? How do developers adapt to this?
So again, there are two parts in this. We could say like pre-COVID the scenario was very much different, and post-COVID the scenario was very much different. Obviously the whole human behavior changed globally because of COVID. But overall, what we see today as a developer, what obviously we used to do like few years back, is people really want some open spaces, some good amenities, because the locations where we are working, we have very limited spaces there. We are doing redevelopment. Obviously, there are no greenfield projects, there are no open land here. So, we have very much restricted spaces to work on. So, and getting that flavor, that openness, that serene feeling of like having a home, having a good balcony, having a lookout through the balcony over your swimming pool or clubhouse, like constructing these kind of amenities, because then this is not only for a market as a marketing tool, we actually deliver it and people are using it. That is the most important part.
Absolutely.
And they are cherishing that whole amenity area in the evening, sprawling in the jogging track. So this is how it has evolved. And like Bombay has very much experienced it, like people now wish to buy a home where you have more and more amenities in the project, because they also understand the whole feeling of coming home at night and using the clubhouse, using the fitness center. So that has evolved a lot, and we always have to cater to majorly two groups, majorly because obviously the working ages like us, obviously we don't really have that time, but our our parents, our grandparents, and our children, our babies. So these two are the major is what we always cater to. That these two age groups has to be like considered, because they are actually the ones who cherish the whole feel of the project, which we actually execute and deliver. So this is how we've seen the changes since last few years. Plus the construction technology, as we experienced in our Andheri project, and now we're doing this in a big project in Ghatkopar also. So a monolithic structure with less of like the whole structure is monolithic, as we said, aluminum shuttering, and there are jointless structure, there are no waterproofing issues. This is the construction quality, because people now are through the social media, the digital platform, people are very much aware of all this, which obviously previously it was very much limited, but now every buyer is aware of the whole construction technology, what the technology you're using, how it will sustain the building for more and more years. So this is so not only the amenities, but this technical know-how is also, the technical awareness is also there through the buyers, and the developers are also really doing very well in catering, like using all those technologies. And so I'll give you that MyGate kind of thing. So we have introduced the in-house app like MyGate in our Savvy group. So all our projects, so we do projects in Ahmedabad and Bombay. All our projects we use for the security. We have in-house the management system. We have this MyGate app for security, as in before you approve, nobody can enter.
Right.
So all these small part of the whole day-to-day daily routine is very much taken care of, and people love all these detailing, the attention to detail which developers give to this is a very much thing which everything has changed post COVID majorly, and now it is like much aware.
So you are kind of dealing with a much aware, and a customer is actually demanding these kind of things.
100%. They are expecting, and and then again the price is obviously not a problem, because it is a once in a lifetime home which they are buying.
Absolutely.
So they come with their budget, but if they are getting such amenities with this kind of construction technology, which this kind of post possession services, this end-to-end ecosystem is a cherry on the top for them now.
Absolutely wonderful. What are some of the challenges that a real estate developer faces if you're talking about Mumbai market?
So majorly, I guess there are only two major challenges, which one is the cash flow, which so as a developer, everything in Bombay, the services are available. So each and every like good consultants who are giving good services, they are just a call away for us. So starting from the project management consultant, or going to the services, the designing part, the licensing architects, everything, environment services consultant, everyone is just a call away, and they give like beautiful services to us. The contracting part, material, procurement, everything. We as a developer just have to manage the people, and we have to manage the cash flow. The payables and receivables are the key, because timely delivery is a subset of obviously the cash flow, how you manage it.
Correct.
And
Correct.
whatever previous experiences all the developers might have failed, I don't think we should use this word fail, but whatever the late deliveries, or we couldn't deliver the project on time because of whatever uncertainty, I would say, happening, because majorly is the cash flow, because the sales is not happening on time, the receivables are not coming. If the receivables or payables will be delayed, and this is how the delivery is delayed. That is how, this is the major part which a developer can easily control, and we can then have a very, like, whatever we commit, we can deliver on time. That is the part. The one cash flow management is, I feel, the major
Challenge
to us. Yeah.
And especially that helps in project timely delivery of the
Yes,
project,
yes.
which is so critical. You have been an early adopter of Aris Unitern services.
Yeah.
What has been your experiences with them?
So, which I just mentioned, there are two major challenges which like all the developers are. So actually, we have so many heads to manage in a real estate project, right from the members, because they are the major shareholder, they are giving their home to us.
Correct.
From they are major shareholders, stakeholders, I would say.
Absolutely.
So from members to the laborers or the contractors to the licensing guys to the consultants, there's so many heads which we have to obviously deal with, keeping in mind and not disturbing their part of the thing. What the main cash flow and the sales is what we are not able to, because and see, if your location is good, if you're doing good sales, then again recovery is what is a very important part. So from last few years, obviously the developers have understood the importance of how sales and CRM is important for a real estate project to get completed. So if sales is happening, recovery should be that fast. You have to be on top of because all the buyers, obviously they will be always in their mindset that I will pay on my availability, my time. So because we have to then convince them that the construction is happening in full swing. You have to share like your part of the money, etc. So what Unitern actually has helped us in our project in Ghatkopar, we've done a project in Chembur, we have taken their services there. Firstly, the procurement is what Unitern helped us with, Aris Unitern. So procurement of construction material on time is very difficult, because if you are planning your slabs in such a way and you have to then complete your slabs, do your finishing work, internal work, everything simultaneously, this is a very structured thing which Unitern offers because of the procurement of material. So that is one of the regular supply of construction materials, because if that is on site, obviously the application, the execution is very much easy for us. That is one thing. And second is the receivables and the payables, which we
cash flow management.
Yeah. So we have had a lot of like good experience with the whole Unitern team, because the sales, recovery, the payables, we have a very structured, organized cash flow now. And we very well know that what time are we entering, what are we selling, what are we earning, and how are we exiting. This is very much important here. And then before starting the project is what actually we do it with Unitern. So the whole cash flow is sorted before we enter the project. So this is the financial closure, what we say. Wonderful. That is a beautiful part.
In short, they helped you with money, they helped you with material. They helped you with management.
वही तो दो चाहिए था.
So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I want to understand in your own words, what do you think is the future or the outlook for the industry?
The future is like obviously very bright, because as we just were discussing, post whatever transformation the government has brought in the whole real estate industry, there's a stabilization which has come, because now RERA, GST, like this is all helping a lot. People have there's a inherent discipline in everybody's mind because of RERA, etc. That there is no loophole, or there's no hanky panky here, because we are very much committed to the buyers, to everyone in the whole system through RERA. So this has helped, made the industry very much stable. There was a lot of trust deficit before this transformation, which now we have been experiencing that the buyers have actually started trusting the developers a lot because of
Confidence
this
has gone
transfer.
up.
Yeah, the confidence, the trust deficit is almost going in the whole industry, which was a lot before. So this will change the future, because stabilization is what actually all the developers also, the industry also wants, because there's not only the margin which anyone wants, because we also want a peaceful sleep, that we are okay, because there's so many heads and so many, the volumes are such big, there's so much of finances involved. So obviously due to this stabilization, everybody is like happy, and this is one part. And second part, I would like to say, as I've seen, like I've traveled the world wherever I can, and I've seen how technology is also getting into real estate nowadays. The technology not only in terms of the AI and the walkthroughs or the renders, but now technology is taking the cash flow finance part also, the procurement of construction material, the whole entry and exit of the project. There are so many technology, there are so many digital platforms, there are so many tools which are helping. So all this will 100% change the whole outlook, and now this real estate will become like an industry in India. So it is like, what margins you have to earn, and you are very much sorted from day one that how you have to go about it. It's like an industry, you have to like an industry manufacture good homes and deliver and get
Wonderful.
going. Yeah.
Wonderful. If I could ask you, how do you unwind? What are some of your hobbies? Spending time with family?
Yeah, so obviously now the responsibilities have changed from last few years, because my daughter is just 3 years old. So
Yes.
now we unwind, like travel is the best part where we unwind, because that is the part we get some good time with each other. So travel, we usually like do a lot of staycations, and we travel a lot with families.
Nice.
So this is how we unwind.
Nice. Now, before we wrap up, we have a fun rapid fire question. Ready? Favorite restaurant
We
in
don't
Mumbai?
have any hampers for that.
I wish we can. Yeah, next
Like
time
the
onwards,
coffee
we'll
with
like
Karan
the coffee
hampers.
with Karan. Yeah, the moment I say rapid fire,
Yeah,
that's one of
that's
the
the
obvious
best
questions.
rapid fire even in, like, anyone has seen that.
Wonderful. So, favorite restaurant in Mumbai?
Masala Library, because I like the fusion food there. Very unique and very nice restaurant.
What's your dream travel destination?
New Zealand.
Wow.
That is because that has sports, that has nature, everything.
What's your favorite weekend activity?
I'll play a lot of turf, because that is the only exercise I do in my whole schedule. So I like playing cricket at the turf. Yeah.
Nice. If you could have dinner with one famous person, who would that be?
In real estate, in what, Bollywood, anything is okay.
कुछ भी चलेगा.
I like Nusrat Bharucha, because
Okay.
she is very, very chirpy and very cute. I feel I like her. Whenever I see her in the movies, etc., I was like, I adore her.
Wonderful. One thing about Mumbai that you never get tired of.
I would like to say two things. One
Okay.
is obviously the Nariman Point, the sea face of the Bombay. The vibe, either it is monsoon, it is summers, or it is winters, the vibe never changes. The most beautiful vibe we
Absolutely.
can get ever, and the Vada Pav of Bombay. These two are the best part in Bombay.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally agree. Yeah. So that's a wrap, Krushang. Thank you so much for this wonderful, insightful conversation. Thank you, audience, for tuning in. All our efforts are towards bringing in insightful conversation with industry leaders. If you like our channel, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, thank you, stay well, and goodbye.